Ashes of Creation, the ambitious fantasy MMORPG developed by Intrepid Studios, is facing a period of deep uncertainty that has shaken both the studio and its long-standing community. Once positioned as a groundbreaking evolution of a massively multiplayer genre, the project is now surrounded by questions about its leadership, development pace, and long-term future following major internal disruptions. Please subscribe, like, and share to support us. Thanks. Since its reveal, Ashes of Creation has stood out for its promise of a truly reactive online world. The game's core design revolves around a dynamic node system, where player activity determines how towns, cities, and entire regions grow, decline, or even collapse. This vision, paired with large-scale PvP, intricate crafting systems, and a class structure built on archetype combinations, quickly captured the attention of MMO fans searching for something beyond traditional theme park gameplay. Over the years, the project amassed a loyal following through crowdfunding, persistent alpha testing phases, and frequent livestreams that emphasized transparency and direct engagement. That sense of stability was disrupted when reports surfaced of significant leadership changes within Intrepid Studios. Founder and longtime creative lead Stephen Sharif, who had served as both the public voice and strategic driver of the project, stepped away from his role amid disagreements over the studio's direction. His departure marked a critical moment for Ashes of Creation, as Sharif was closely tied to the game's identity and its communication with players. For many supporters, his exit raised concerns about whether the original vision could survive without his direct involvement. Following the leadership shakeup, additional senior staff departures were reported, intensifying speculation about the health of the studio. Soon after, news of widespread layoffs began to circulate, suggesting that Intrepid Studios had dramatically scaled back operations. While official communication from the company has been limited, the reports indicate that the workforce responsible for building and maintaining Ashes of Creation has been significantly reduced, placing the project's development timeline in serious doubt. These internal challenges arrived at a sensitive moment for the game itself. Ashes of Creation had recently broadened player access, drawing in new audiences while continuing to test its core systems. Feedback during this phase was mixed. Many players praised the game's visuals, world design, and ambitious mechanics, while others pointed out performance issues, balance problems, and ongoing struggles with cheating and bots. Developers had previously acknowledged these concerns and outlined plans for future fixes and refinements, but the sudden turmoil within the studio has left those plans in limbo. The reaction from the community has been intense and emotional. Long-time backers, some of whom have supported the project for nearly a decade, have voiced frustration and disappointment over the lack of clarity surrounding the game's future. Questions about refunds, server stability, and continued updates remain unanswered, fueling anxiety among players who invested both money and time into the project. At the same time, a segment of the community continues to hold out hope that Ashes of Creation could be saved through new leadership, external investment, or even a potential acquisition by another studio. Industry observers note that Ashes of Creation's situation reflects a broader challenge facing large-scale MMORPG development. The genre demands enormous resources, long timelines, and consistent leadership to succeed, and even well-funded projects can struggle to survive internal conflict. Ashes of Creation's lofty goals made it one of the most closely watched MMO projects in years, but those same ambitions also raised the stakes, leaving little room for instability behind the scenes. As it stands, the future of Ashes of Creation remains uncertain. Whether Intrepid Studios can regroup, secure new backing, or transition development to a different structure is still unknown. What is clear is that a game once celebrated as a bold vision for the next era of online worlds now finds itself at a defining crossroads. Players, backers, and the wider gaming industry are watching closely, aware that the outcome could determine whether Ashes of Creation becomes a comeback story or a cautionary tale in MMO history.